everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the best podcast out on these streets.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, with myself, Jackie.
And Sana.
Episode 20.
Wow, I didn't even realize we were 20.
We're 20. We're almost, well, I was about to say legal.
We are legal.
We are legal.
We're almost legal drinking age.
But almost the legal drinking age.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome back. Another episode. So glad to have everyone back here listening to the pod. Second episode of 2023. Rockin' and rolling.
Rockin' and rolling. I mean, if you didn't listen to our last one,
Yes.
it was really good. We had my mom on and
First guest of
the year. And I think my dad got a little bit jealous because I got a bunch of calls from my dad last night saying, like, when am I on?
Papa Majid.
Papa Majid's like, I need to be on now. I don't. My family just loves to be in the spotlight.
I mean, he's the only one missing, and then besides your two sisters. They're a little too young still.
They're a little too young.
But yeah, we'll just complete it all.
Complete the circle.
Complete the
He
circle.
was like telling me his ideas. Oh, you need me on for this, all that. Dad.
We'll figure out. Papa Majid, if you're listening, we will figure out
He probably is
a
now.
way to get
I
you
didn't
on.
know he was a
We'll pick
listener.
a topic.
And then he starts, what's the funniest thing about it, he listens to my my podcast and how we talked about the little trauma event.
Yeah.
He tells my sisters, text her right now, ask her what that was about.
I need the details.
He was like,
what
I
happened?
need to know. What happened?
We'll talk about it at a later date. We'll also be like, by the way, anybody related to Sana, you can't listen to this one. But
Hang up now.
Hang
Just
up
kidding.
now. Yeah.
Just kidding.
But no. So getting into it, weekend recap. What did you get up to this weekend?
So Jackie and I had a work convention in Palm Springs during the week.
Yes.
Somehow that convention felt like I went to Vegas.
Yes.
I got home on Friday. I was absolutely dead. Like, I
Same.
feel like my body went to Vegas.
Same.
And then it was raining all weekend. I was working nonstop.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm still in my work clothes. I look like a hot mess today because I've been on the go since 8.
You look gorgeous.
You know, that's what she has to say. But I've been on the go since 8. Been up since 6. And we are now at 7:20. So
Hustling, grinding.
We're hustling. It's a new year.
You know.
We're grinding.
Get that cash, girl.
But that was my weekend. Nothing crazy. Nothing exciting.
Same, because yes, we both went to an all-company event, an annual company event, and it was with the company that we work for. I think we've mentioned. Have we mentioned it? No. Okay. Well. We've had these company events, but they've been virtual. So this is the first time that we went in person, which was super cool. It was really cool to meet people from kind of all across the market that we serve, people that we've never met. I met people that I've worked with for a little over 2 years, and I'm meeting them for the first time, which is like the weirdest thing with the digital workspace and landscape. So, but yes, definitely felt like a Vegas trip.
It was a blast.
It was a blast. We had such a great time. I met my folks, that my team, again, people that I've worked with for 2 years, never met before, that I manage, and then I've never met in person. So it was just a great time.
Also, I learned I was good at gambling and guessing out numbers.
Yes.
I won $600 by just throwing out numbers.
I think you won more than that, to be honest.
I did one more, but my handout was 6.
Yes, your handout was 6, which was incredible. So paid for the Coachella ticket.
If you need
a partner, to you need
go
a
to
lady
the casino,
luck
a lady luck
by your side.
You know who to call.
Yes. And then I'll just tag along because it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch people win and not have to worry about my money being lost. I'm not a gambler.
Same.
I don't.
Not mine either. I was like,
I can't do that. It's just.
But it was fun to throw out numbers.
Oh,
Or were we playing roulette? I didn't know we were playing roulette.
Roulette. Sorry. Yes,
You both
roulette.
like, what were we even playing?
That's how great the weekend was going. Yeah, we were a few drinks deep, but no, we were playing roulette, and it was such a great time. Such a great time.
Yeah.
But no, yes, we were dead when we got back. So I too had the same weekend of nothing.
I got home at 4 on Friday, and I was in bed till the next morning.
Yeah.
I was dead.
I was dead. I know. I went to my couch and I stayed there pretty much all day. And then Sunday I finally got myself up and unpacked and started laundry and all this good stuff. And clean my apartment, just everything that I was supposed to do. So, but yeah, the rain though. The rain makes you not want to do anything.
It does make you not do it, but I I've been having the busiest work weekend ever, and
That's
today's a
true.
holiday,
Yeah.
crazy ass day today, and so the rain's not stopping people from buying houses.
Which is great.
It's great
if you want to work.
if you want to work.
Which, we do, but sometimes.
I don't like showing in the rain.
Yeah. Yeah. That's got to be, I don't know, it's a little bit rough.
It's not the worst, but it's just like the bottom of my pants get wet. Then I'm
Yeah.
like trying to get the lockbox. I'm like getting drenched, opening and getting the key out.
You should maybe get like a customized poncho with like your face on the back and like 2 thumbs up. Like sold.
My phone number. That could be an opportunity for marketing.
I'm gonna make one for you, like an umbrella with your face.
Like attached to the poncho.
Yeah.
That would be really funny,
Attach
actually.
the poncho over your head.
That would be.
And it just says sold.
Yeah.
It's 2 thumbs up what's on his face. But no, yeah, very low key weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We had to stay inside, try to survive this rain. I mean, this rain.
If you're not from California.
Which we were both born and raised, SoCal, born and raised.
Yeah, we don't know how to act when it
we
rains. Life stops.
Native Californians, Southern Californians, I should say, because up north, you in the Bay Area and up north, Southern Californians, native Southern Californians, we have no idea what to do in this rain. We have no idea how to drive. We don't know how to walk. We don't know how to live. We don't know how to function.
I was literally talking to Bianca today, and I was like, "What'd you do all weekend?" And I was like, "Working. How about you?" Or she asked me what I did. I was like, "Working. How about you?" And she's like, "Well, it was raining. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do we do?"
It's so funny, and I don't know if any of our listeners can relate, but you could have plans with friends, and the minute it starts raining hard, in the group chat, everyone's like, "So we're not doing this, right?" And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, absolutely not."
Yeah,
Like, no, we're not going.
And we're like, when it comes to drive, we're like,
yeah. It's really sad. Anybody, I mean, and I can understand why the rest of the United States kind of hates us.
Yeah.
Because we're idiots.
Get
like
one
this.
raindrop.
Yeah. But you know what? I did see a post. And I absolutely agree. And I think it was on Overheard LA, which if you should absolutely follow that account if you don't on Instagram. And it was like, I pay too high of taxes and for LA.
Yeah,
like
I've seen that
LA
one.
taxes for Seattle weather.
No, but it's true. This is why I'm here.
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. And it was really funny because my good friends, Raisa and Jeff, were out here during December, and it was pretty cold, and it was kind of rainy. It was overcast, but then like sun came out, and so then it was really, really nice, like pretty decent weather. And then this is also when New York was having their blizzards, and the rest of the world was just like under ice. And her husband Jeff is like, "Do you sometimes maybe like feel like, guilty knowing the rest of the country is kind of suffering, and here you are like in nice weather?" Because it was like it
in
was
our
kind
bikini
of yeah,
at the
because it was
pool.
because it was kind of cold, but then it like became really, really nice, and it was just gorgeous weather. And I said, "Absolutely not, Jeff. I pay for this weather. The prices that I have to pay." I pay for this.
Yeah,
so
so
absolutely not.
I don't.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy.
No.
In fact, I'm laughing.
Yeah. Laughing, skipping all the way in the sunshine. So had to enjoy this weekend of rain. We had no idea what to do. So you just stay inside. That's all you do.
That's all you do.
But anyway, so we're going to introduce a little bit of somewhat of a segment. We're going to talk about pop culture, kind of a couple things. We're not going to go super deep dive because everyone I think is inundated across social media with pop culture, even current events. We don't want to be just talking about pop culture. We definitely want to start talking about even, maybe some political things that are going on. We need to be, I just feel like when you are in your 30s, you need to be a little bit more aware of what's going on in the world.
Of course.
Not the dummy, So, but we're just really going to talk about pop culture, even though as I say that, you need to be more aware.
There's been some cute things, not cute, but like some things that have happened that are, noteworthy.
So first, to kick it off, Miley Cyrus.
Can I tell you Miley Cyrus suddenly became my spirit animal?
Her song, Flowers.
That is the most savage move. And I'm inspired to like, I don't have somebody to do that to. But
if I do, if I ever get the chance,
because I heard she released it on his birthday.
Yes, she released it. So for those of you, we're going to kind of give the backstory. Miley Cyrus just released a song called Flowers. If you haven't listened to it, please go do it. Basically, it is kind of her revenge song to her ex-husband, Liam Hemsworth, one of the Hemsworth brothers. And so there's like a lot of things.
Well, what's interesting, so basically, I guess he dedicated When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars
yes.
to Miley Cyrus. She basically took that song, flipped it,
Yeah.
to being like, because in the song he goes like, I wish I should have bought you flowers.
Yes.
And she goes, I can buy my own flowers. And then something in the song is like,
I should have held your hand, and she said, I can hold my own hand.
I should have taken you dancing. I
Yeah.
can dance myself.
Yeah. I can take myself dancing, she says. Yeah.
It's a great song.
It is a great song.
It's empowering.
Yes. So I will be honest, like, she's not my favorite artist. I don't
Love her
love
music.
her voice really. I think it is unique. I will say that it is a unique voice, but it's just kind of not my favorite. But this song was great. I really
song
do.
that-
And also
Yeah.
I will always support pettiness. One thing about me.
Well, I did not know he was cheating on her.
I didn't know that
I
it
always thought it
was-
was because she was acting up, and like I never knew. So apparently, the house that
Yes.
she filmed the music video in,
Yes.
is a house he cheated with 14 women in.
Yes.
Like
Yes,
she
he
took
used
it
to cheat on her with 14 women. So yes, she released it on his birthday.
Yeah.
And there's also, I guess, the scene where she's working out in the music video is his workout. And she's doing it, in her underwear. So, right,
She looked great.
empowerment. Oh, God, she looked fabulous.
Yeah.
She looked amazing. And so kind of just like, I can kind of do whatever you can do. And then at the end, she's wearing a suit. I think it's like a YSL suit or
Yeah.
something. And some people were saying that it's very similar to the suit that he's wearing in a very
that one
famous
clip.
where I can't tell, because some people are saying that it looks like he tells her
To behave herself.
or some people are also saying it looks like he says you'll pay for that, because she like pretends to lick him. I don't know. She's like acting like her typical Miley self. And but I don't know. My interpretation of the end is almost just like, I can be my own man.
Yeah.
Like, because she's wearing a very masculine suit. I mean, she looks great in it. It's a
No, it
gorgeous
looks
suit.
great.
But like, she can be her own man. Like, I don't need you
No, that
to
was-
do all those things.
That was flawless.
It was great.
I have no complaints.
It was great,
And
yeah.
then, funny enough, Shakira did the same thing.
Shakira, yes, did the
And
same
I was like,
thing.
women,
Yes,
let's go.
with the. I will always. I don't. Again, if you. One thing about me is I will always support the petty action,
Especially in situations like this.
Yes, especially
The
in
men deserve
situations like
it.
this. Yeah. Well, and the thing is, you don't know. I mean, I will say for Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth, they always seemed very oddly suited. I
agree.
didn't think that they were. It didn't seem like they were a good couple together.
agree.
She seemed very like she's very
Free-spirited.
free-spirited. She wants to do
And
what
he
she
seems
wants
more
to
serious.
do, and he seems like he very much wants kind of like the traditional, typical relationship, red carpet, celebrity relationship, and she just does not seem like that. Even in her performances, she just seems very free and
Yeah.
that's who she is, and
Yeah.
I absolutely support that. So they seem very oddly suited, and that she just has a very free spirit, a very independent person, which
agree.
fantastic, good for her. But yeah, this song, honestly, the song is good though.
The song said the beat's
Like,
good. It's
the beats,
fun.
yeah, it's fun.
Oh, this is going to
and-
be the woman's
this is going to be the anthem
yeah.
of at least the first 3 months of 2023.
Yeah. That's good. I think it's going to linger for a bit because no one's really done this, but I think it's so ironic that her and Shakira released at the same time.
Yeah.
Like different types of songs,
Different
but
types of
same
songs.
message.
Yeah, same message.
Like
just
same
like
F you.
Yeah, fuck you. Like, you don't get to
Yeah.
do this to me. And just a reminder, everyone, that we live in a world where Beyonce, Shakira, and Miley Cyrus can get cheated on,
Yeah.
and countless others. So
Countless others.
they're all trash. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, but it's true.
No, but it's just it sucks. It sucks that you have these women who are beautiful and talented, gorgeous. They're independent, right? They're not relying on their
It's a
men.
temptation.
Yeah, it's just it just shows you. It's really about
No,
character.
It's not a, yeah.
It doesn't
You
matter.
could be the hottest chick. It doesn't matter.
You can be the hottest chick. You can be the hottest dude. You can be the lowest. It doesn't matter. It's all about character, really. So pick a man with character, ladies. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
But it's a great song. I'm sure. I mean, it's all over TikTok. But go watch the video.
Yeah.
It's a great song. I
Apparently,
really like it.
I don't know if this was true because I briefly saw it, but Shakira found out he was cheating because her favorite jam was finished.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, how interesting.
And that could be wrong, but I did read that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, these men.
Women, we
How
know.
dare they?
The intuition, we know.
Women will always find out.
Yeah.
We always have a way. And then the Golden Globes are back. It is award
Yeah.
season, I think. I think this kind of
It was
kicks off
also
award
Miss Universe last night.
season. No one cares about that.
I'm just saying. But it is, all these things are
But
back.
yeah, all these things are coming back, which is really weird. I didn't know the Golden Globes were coming back, for one. And then second, they were like on a Tuesday or something.
I was just going to tell you that. I thought
They're
they
like
were
always on a Sunday.
I was confused about that too. I was like, why is it not on a Sunday?
Yeah, when people said Golden Globes, and I was like, no, the Golden Globes are going to happen.
No,
and then
it's-
they already
yeah.
had, and I was like, wait, what? What's happening
I was
right
confused.
now? Yeah,
I was wondering why
very
it was a
confused.
Tuesday too, because that's not like it.
Yeah, they're usually on. Yeah, they're always on a Sunday, so that was kind of weird. But I loved that Jennifer Coolidge
love
won.
her.
So she is famous. Honestly, the one of the most famous roles is in Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
She plays is it Paulette? Is that her name? I think it's Paulette.
I don't
know.
remember her name.
But she's the one who says,
nail
I'm taking the
technician,
dog,
yeah.
dumbass. That one.
You did the voice really well.
Thank you so much. And so she's great.
I think she's also really popular for Cinderella Story.
See, I've never seen Cinderella Story.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
I actually love that movie.
Well, that's more your. I was
alright.
past,
Okay, whatever.
the Hilary Duff
I
stage.
love Hilary.
But no, she's great, and she won for supporting actress in White Lotus for this past season. She's great.
Yeah.
She's so good. She's so great in the series. Highly recommend if you have not watched White Lotus on HBO.
I was upset how it ended though.
I wasn't. I loved the way that it ended.
I know, if you think about it, but I was like, no.
No, I
Greg
was.
can't win.
No, it was great. There are 2 seasons, so if you're looking for a new show to binge,
Mm-hmm.
or if you've heard a lot about it and you're like, what is this? It's actually very, very good. Second season, in my opinion, is better than the first.
I think everyone says the same.
I think-
I
yeah.
found the first season kind of weird.
I really liked it, to be honest. But I
a
don't
different
know.
type of show.
It is a very different type of show. It's not your regular. It's not
Yeah.
your norm, which that's what I love. It's not
Yeah,
the
and
typical.
you technically, you could watch season 2 without season
yes,
1.
you don't have to know season 1 to know season 2
Yeah.
because they're completely separate
Minus
storylines.
Jennifer,
Jennifer Coolidge, her Tanya.
all the characters are different.
Yeah, she plays this character Tanya.
Yeah.
She's the only one who has kind of the same, not a reoccurring storyline, but kind of it continues. Everyone else is a new character.
Yeah.
But it's a great show, and her character Tanya McCoy, I think is the last name.
I don't know the last name.
She just plays it so well.
She does
So
a really
well.
good job playing that stupid woman.
Yeah, kind of the bimbo, but she's
bimbo.
also intuitive.
Yeah,
like
she does
she's
a-
not as dumb as she looks, type
Yeah.
of thing. But so she plays it so well, and she finally won. And what was really cool is this was her first Golden Globe win, and I
Yeah.
think she's 64.
Oh, I didn't know she was 64.
Yeah, and she just gave the most.
The speech
Just the
was good.
sweetest speech, and she was so elated. I don't think and those are the most
Yeah.
genuine speeches are the best when they honestly don't think that they're gonna win.
Was the director of the show someone? He was
Yes.
crying.
Yeah, he was crying because she was just saying you gave me a new lease. She was like,
she's like, "Neighbors, say hello to me."
Yeah, my neighbors are talking to me. I've never been invited to a party on my
Yeah.
hill, and I have. And she was just and Angela Bassett actually won her first Golden Globe for Black Panther. And again, 64 and 65. And Jennifer Coolidge says in her speech, it's not over. Basically, it's not too late until you're dead.
Yeah.
So to start something and she just was thanking people for giving her these little jobs that kept her going, and at times when she didn't want to keep going, and she was just
she did
done.
great.
And
It's funny because people are like, "She's real life Tanya."
she really,
She really
is though.
Hearing that speech, I was like, "No, you kind of are real life Tanya."
Yeah, no, she really is. But no, it was a great speech, and to watch her win was fantastic. I didn't watch fully the show because again, I didn't know that it was on.
I did not know that it was going on until I literally have a friend that was attended, and I saw her Instagram post, and I'm like, Golden
Globes. Is this last year? Is this what's happening? Yeah, it was.
Because Tuesday is weird, and I don't care about Miss Universe, but USA did win, so yay!
Yay, USA, USA. We're always down for USA win.
Yeah.
But also with the Golden Globes, which kind of ties in for our topic today, is I guess Selena Gomez was on the red carpet. And she's been in the news as of late because there are some paparazzi pics of her in a bikini. And apparently it looks like she's gained some weight.
That's been an ongoing thing with her. Like people have
Yeah.
been saying.
Yeah. And so, of course, people were commenting on her weight and how it's like, oh my God, like what happened? Like she's gained, some weight, like not a very
I'll say
flattering picture.
It's not easy to be a female, but it's hella not easy to be a female in the media.
Yeah, that is so true.
Because you cannot do anything.
Yeah. Without being
You get
scrutinized.
taking a picture at a bad angle. Oh my God.
Well,
Look at her.
I will
Bad lighting.
Yes,
Look at her.
I will say, like, even Selena Gomez's pictures, like, it just looked like it was just like an unflattering angle.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
you get
like,
ripped.
but you get I honestly feel like being a celebrity is like being perpetually in middle school.
Yeah.
And you being the fat
But
girl
it's
getting
for
picked on
women.
by like
you don't nobody's talking about the men. It's
Yeah.
it's always the women, and you can never like, even for example, like Tyra Banks, like when she gained weight.
Oh, yeah,
it's like everybody's like, okay, and she's still normal,
Yeah.
from what she was a model. But any
Right.
person that gains weight in the media,
Yeah.
that's in a public figure, it's always like, did
In
you
the
see
public
this?
eye.
Anything?
Yeah. No, which is that's kind of like what
They can't live.
No, you can't. There's no way you can win because also we've seen the other flip side of women being commented that they're too thin
Yep.
and they're too skinny, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, are you okay? Does she have an eating disorder? And it's like, are you serious right now?
Yeah, but if I get fat,
Like, but if I get fat, and that's kind of what we're talking about today.
she's going off the deep end.
Yeah, right. Yeah. She's going crazy. Talking about Ozempic
Yeah.
and Mounjaro. I don't know I feel like everyone's kind of been seeing that.
Yeah, especially Ozempic. Ozempic's
Ozempic
been
is-
around.
yeah.
I mean, we thought, what better time than now? It's January. Everybody's on their weight loss journey. The
Yeah.
gyms are packed. I can't
Yes.
even get into some of my classes because the newcomers are here all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I'll give them a few months. They'll be out.
They'll be out. Just
But
bear
a
with
few
it.
months is maybe giving too much credit.
Yeah, give it one more week.
Yeah, one more week they'll be out.
They'll
but
be done.
Ozempic, I'm sure you've been hearing everywhere. It's been
Yeah.
become the celebrity weight loss injection.
Yes. So basically, the big topic right now is Ozempic and how celebrities are maybe using it for weight loss. There hasn't been any confirmed, but everyone
Someone's
pretty
gonna
much,
confirm.
everyone pretty much thinks that a lot of celebrities are using it. But basically it's the Ozempic and Mounjaro. And so, just to kind of give a little bit of background on what they are. So Ozempic is a semaglutide injectable drug that is actually FDA approved for people with type 2 diabetes. So basically what the medication does is it helps regulate blood sugar. And Mounjaro is a tirzepatide injectable drug that does basically the same thing as Ozempic. I know Ozempic targets like one receptor, and then Mounjaro targets like two. But basically they're prescribed and they're FDA approved to help people or patients with type 2 diabetes. And so the thing is, though, with Ozempic and Mounjaro both, is that they can contribute to major weight loss because it slows down the emptying of your stomach. So you feel satiated, so you feel
it
full.
suppresses your appetite.
Yes, it basically kind of suppresses the appetite. And I think they're also saying that it also kind of maybe blocks some of the receptors in your brain and just like you're full. But it really does slow down the
Well, insulin spiking is what causes weight gain.
Yes.
It
yes.
contributes to it.
Right. Yes.
So having that regulated.
So it regulates it. But basically, that's why it's so popular, and that's why people are thinking it's very popular amongst celebrities to control weight and
Some
to
celebrities
help.
are getting skinny suddenly.
Yes, they're getting very thin very quick. And so I'm actually on Mounjaro. And if you haven't listened to previous episodes, I do have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I have insulin resistant polycystic ovarian syndrome, which means that my body can make insulin, but it can't use it effectively. And it increases my risk of type 2 diabetes. And then it also contributes to inflammation and then metabolic complications. So I have been prescribed Mounjaro to help regulate my insulin. And then also, yes, it does help me to lose weight because that's basically another complication from PCOS is your body just holds on to fat. Like it's like you're starving.
Yeah.
So I have lost some weight on it. I have not experienced like
But
30-pound drop.
yeah,
That's
but you
some people
haven't.
have.
Let's talk about your journey. You haven't. You
Yes.
started it like this year or late last
Yes,
year. You haven't been on it that long.
No, I've only been on it for like about 3 months.
It's been 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months. So not super long, but also it's not meant to, like, you're not gonna. When people say that they've dropped like 30 pounds in a month, I don't know. I'm very skeptical of that. My own journey has not been
But do you think
like that.
what if
but
you're like working out insanely and eating like
maybe,
nothing and then taking injections?
Right. Which that's not the point of the drug. That's
Yeah.
actually using it irresponsibly. The point of the drug is to help your body actually maintain the insulin levels and your body to use it correctly. So along with a sensible diet, and you should be doing a protein heavy, which that's what my doctor said, and with just sensible exercise, because
Yeah.
you should be exercising no matter if you are heavy or not, or you're trying to lose weight or
Yeah.
not. It's good for your body. It helps your body. When you're doing that in conjunction with taking the medicine, then yes, you should see some weight loss. And my doctor said that it was probably about anywhere from 1 to 3 pounds a week, which is sensible weight loss. And that is a weight loss that you can maintain. So that's the thing, I think, is that people are doing it when they're
Yeah.
starving themselves, and then they're working out an insane amount, and then also using this drug. And then I think you could probably see a really good, drastic change. But that's kind of the whole thing, is that people are kind of accusing celebrities of using it just solely for the weight loss benefits, and that they're not pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetics. They're not even pre-diabetic. And I don't know if maybe anybody has seen it in the news, but Ozempic and Mounjaro are very, very, very hard to find right now. There's a shortage. Like my last prescription, I had to call like 10 or 11 pharmacies to try to find it. And so they're kind of calling out celebrities like, you're using this drug and you don't even need it, and you're basically taking it from a diabetic person who does need it, type of thing. And again, no celebrity has come outright and said.
But it's coming from somewhere.
It's coming from somewhere, because everyone's like,
Usually when these speculations, it's coming from somewhere.
Yeah, because Mindy Kaling, she lost like 35 to 40 pounds.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden. And everyone was like, oh, she was talking about how she had Ozempic injection parties, which I tried to look up and I couldn't find. So I don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
But she was saying like, oh,
I don't think she would outwardly say it.
I don't think any of these celebrities are going to say this.
They're not.
They're not going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, I'm not.
Well, that's the double-edged sword, right? Where I feel like a lot of these celebrities feel like they have to take it because they're scrutinized for gaining a pound, where like you feel like you have to be on point.
Yeah.
But then if they said, hey, I use this to lose weight, they're also going to get shit.
Yes.
There's.
Yeah. It's like they can't win. And that's the thing.
That's with women.
With women. And everyone was thinking that Kim Kardashian was doing it because she lost that weight before the Met Gala to fit into Marilyn Monroe's dress. And then also Khloe Kardashian has recently, I think it's like a now deleted comment, but she was just like, don't make assumptions. Like, like I've been very open about like my nose job, like I would basically kind of like I would be open about anything else. People have said maybe Adele has used it. Who else? Rebel Wilson. Rebel Wilson does have PCOS though. She did talk about it, and that she was diagnosed with PCOS. But really, can you blame celebrities for doing it?
No.
Like you just said, like when we're consistently bringing up their weight. And that's the thing with Selena Gomez. it says that she's gained weight because she's actually on medication.
Yeah, you don't know what's the situation. You don't know. I mean, she has lupus.
Yeah.
You don't know what people are dealing with.
Right.
In general, like even real life people.
Right.
And you're so quick to like just be like, look at her, look at him, or not even him.
Not even him, but look at her.
Look at her. There's never look at him.
No, there's hardly ever look at him.
That was a slip up.
Yeah, that was
a
slip. Never the hims. It's always the hers. No, but it's true. And it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of one of those things of like, where will we ever be at a point where we just stop talking about women's weight?
No.
And it just like it stops being a headline. You know, like it's just where can we stop, you know, with basically, you know, holding women and celebrities, you know, especially again, celebrity women, females, to these standards, you know, of you if you're fat, not a good look. If you're too skinny, not a good look. But why are we even commenting in the first place? Like Victoria Beckham. Victoria Beckham has PCOS. Her and I definitely look different. You would not
affects
think
your bodies differently.
Exactly. When there's also 4 or 5 different types of PCOS, but you don't know. You don't know
what people are going.
What people are going through. You don't know what they. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Minnie Kaling does have, you know, PCOS or something. Who knows, right? She doesn't have to come out and talk about her health outright. Let's really, you know, none of anybody's business. But it's just kind of like, when do we stop? And again, like us as a society, like, can we think of nothing better to talk about than?
Well, I think a lot of people's own insecurities.
Yeah.
Like, I think people that sit there and like comment and go into all of those things, you're projecting your own insecurities.
Yes.
A lot of times it's not, I mean, anyone who's like fulfilled in life is not sitting there just being like, well, you look fat today. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You look like a fat cow.
The problem is that even we've seen this with us. It's men.
It is the men who come at us. If you all want to have or see what we're talking about, it's on our TikToks.
I don't know. It's on YouTube Shorts
or
somewhere.
YouTube Shorts or somewhere.
We'll say something that men don't agree with about men, because apparently men can't, if we talk about them, God forbid.
Yes.
They get sensitive Sallies.
Yes.
And they come at us. Like,
yeah. We're probably going to get comments on this one.
Probably. You know, like I think the last one someone was saying that you have chipmunk teeth. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't. I mean, they're like cute and small-ish, but like they're not like sticking out of my mouth.
Also, like even if I did, who cares?
Even if I did, who cares? But it's like they look at anything to just like pinpoint.
Yes.
And it's like your day sucks so much that you felt the need to get onto your laptop or phone and be like, well, look at your chipmunk teeth.
Yeah. No, it's wild. It's so interesting too, because like when we had that one clip of when Sana was like, if you really want to put a man in his place, like tell him he's balding. And again, it was a man who was like, you're balding.
Yeah, that said I was balding. I'm like, clearly
not.
Clearly not, but nice reach.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's always the men that are coming.
It's always the men.
After.
Or they'll be like, she thinks she's cuter than she is. And it's like, well, okay.
Yeah.
Say something that's really going to affect me.
Yeah. It's like,
these are all like stupid, but.
Yeah. No, but it's very interesting though to see how men come at women, and when women come at women too. No, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot. I mean,
they do.
If you're on any sort of social media, it's kind of wild. The comments that are made, even just not even non-celebrities, right?
No, I agree. But just from our experience, we've never had a hateful comment from a woman.
Yeah, we've never had a hateful comment from a woman.
Several from men.
Yeah. The makeup one where the Snapchat filter one.
Yeah.
That was another one. If you haven't seen, go back through and look at our clips. But it was interesting because I was on TikTok and I believe I sent this video to you of the there's a SI's swim model, Ella Halikas. I think I'm saying her last name right. She's gorgeous and she's stunning, but she's definitely a curvier model. I think she's like a size 14, but her body is, I mean, I think it's insane. And it is, it's just gorgeous, like just everything. And she made a really good point. And she said that we have this trend right now.
Yeah.
This song, I know it's a parody song, the Big Boy song by what, SZA?
SZA. I want a big boy.
Yeah, give me a big boy. Yeah, so which is great.
We're having the big boys.
Yeah. But she recognizes, and she's like, you know what? We really have to talk about this. That when has there ever been a song about a big girl, about a thick girl, right? That I need a thick girl. And she talks about how not only would you never see that, you would never see men coming out and saying how much they actually want a thick girl.
Well, not thick. I think she's mean like big.
Yeah, like a bigger girl.
Yeah.
But because the women in these comments on these videos, if you again just search the song on TikTok or on Instagram, and you'll see all these videos that were made by these very scrumptious men, I will say.
Yeah.
And all these comments from women are just hyping them up. They're just like, yes, daddy. Like, they are all about it.
We want a big boy.
Yeah, we want a big boy. They're just like, who are you? Like, are you single?
Yeah.
I mean, they're all these hype comments. She says all these hype comments by women. You don't ever, I mean, you could probably find it if you wanted to, but the majority, you do not see women saying, that's a fat boy. He needs to lose some weight. Like, oh my gosh, that belly of his, he looks like he's pregnant. Like, he's got bigger tits than I do. Like, you don't see that. Women aren't saying that. They're hyping these men up. Which is great, to be honest. I know men do face the pressures, right? Societal pressures, just like women do. I think women suffer through it a little bit more, but men do. But these women are like, hell yeah, like, let's celebrate the dad bod. And, but you would not see that for women.
Yeah. No one says celebrate a mom bod.
No.
It's funny. No. Dad bod has become like glamorized.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I like a dad bod.
Yeah.
But I've never heard a guy say I like a mom bod.
Never. You've never sit there and been like, oh yeah, give me that mom pooch. Give me that cellulite.
No, you don't.
give me the lower hanging boobs. Like, no, they've never said that. And that's the thing, is that trend could never happen with women because men would never hype women up like that.
Yeah.
Never. Which, it's really funny though, because as a bigger girl and as a plus size girl, I have been on some dating apps that cater to plus size women. And let me tell you, the buff men that are on these apps. Joining now. It is insane. I wasn't sure, and I was like, let me just join just for the hell of it. And man, there were some very in shape, very fit men. I mean, yeah.
I think the problem with that, though, is that a lot of men treat it as a fetish.
I was just going to say that. Because you are so right. And I do think that, and that's the hard part, actually, of being a larger girl and actually trying to date, which we'll have to touch on at a different time. But you do get the men that have fat fetishes. I think they also may think that fat girls are very easy. So it's just like, oh, they probably have a really low self-esteem. I'm sure I can get them. Like, I'm sure I can get them in bed, basically. So you never actually really know what you're dealing with.
The motives, yeah.
Yeah, the motives. But getting back to her video, I think that is an excellent point, is that even in her comments, some of these men are just tearing her down, and she's gorgeous. Honestly, we'll have to have Caesar throw up a picture.
She's a Sports Illustrated model.
Yeah, she's a Sports Illustrated model.
Because there's a place that me and Aisha not frequently, but we've been to a good amount of time, called the Highlight Room. Mm-hmm. A good amount of times. And the Highlight Room's in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And she's a Sports Illustrated model. Mm-hmm. Granted, she's plus size, but she's a Sports Illustrated model.
Yeah. Swimsuit model, by the way.
She didn't get in.
Yeah, she didn't get in. She talks about it.
The bouncers did not let her in. And we've talked about this, where LA's, if you are slightly thick or anything, LA is not favorable to you.
No, not at all.
And I have been to many places in the world, and I have seen the most rude bouncers.
Oh, yeah.
In LA.
Oh, yeah. How many times? I mean, how many times when we were younger, and we would go out, and I would even tell you, like, I'm not going to go out with you guys, like, because I'm not going to be let in. Like, I'm not.
No,
Like, I couldn't.
yeah.
There were literal times that Sana would be like, oh, like, let's go out to LA. And we would have to be very kind of picky and choosy of when I would go out with her, because there were places that we both knew, and this is nothing against Sana or anybody like that,
Yeah.
but we both knew that I was not going to get in. Like, there was honestly going to be no way. There was going to be no way. So I wouldn't go.
But I think what's mind blowing about that is someone that is an actual model.
Yes,
Is facing-
she's an actual model. She's literally, you open up fucking Sports Illustrated magazine. She is there in all her glory, and she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's stunning. And she couldn't get in.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane to me. It's just
That's a male.
that that's LA for you.
It's not a female bouncer.
Yeah.
Not that there would be, but
no,
it's a
but
male.
It's a male deciding this is who's attracted. And maybe they're given, but here's the thing. They're also, okay, maybe let's just say for, argument's sake, it's not the bouncer who's determining who gets in. But okay, then they're told. Who do you think's telling them?
A male.
A male owner, right? More than likely. Again, I don't have hardcore proof.
I can tell you.
But I'm pretty sure
100%
it would be a male owner who is
Yeah.
telling them, these are the type of girls that I want in this club. I don't want any fatties.
Yeah.
I don't want any thick girls. I don't want any bigger girls. Like, absolutely not. And that's what's wild. She's a Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, she made a big. I don't know what it's like going. I haven't been there since this whole thing has happened, so
Yeah.
I don't know if things have changed.
Perhaps
I doubt they've changed.
I doubt they changed. Perhaps a little experiment Sana and I go on.
Yeah.
We'll see we'll see if I get let in.
I doubt it's changed, especially the
doubt it.
location of where that
Yeah,
particular
where it is.
rooftop is.
Yeah.
It's right next to Tao.
Mm-hmm.
It's right next to Beauty and Essex. Like, that whole little square is the restaurants
yes.
are fine, but even
Yeah.
even when we were same thing. It's crazy in LA. They'll be like, we want pictures, and it's
No, it's wild. It's insane. But that's what's so crazy is 2023, of all the advancements we have made, in technology and science and just kind of everything, that we are still stuck on the bullshit of a woman's weight, and that somehow dictates her value.
well, I think that transitions to the other video we saw.
Yes, the other one that we saw,
Caesar,
which
you need to play a video.
Caesar, roll tape.
Dubai businesswoman dropping facts.
They've indoctrinated women, and they've done it really smart. They've indoctrinated women into thinking that freedom comes from expression of sexual liberation,
100%.
but that only makes you a commodity for men. That you're actually becoming more oppressed in the process, because if I'm there making a living out of my body, essentially my consumers are men. I have to meet a man's standard. Right now I don't make, or never, inshallah never, but I don't make a living from my body. So therefore I have the freedom to look how I want to look. But if I had an OnlyFans, or if I was out posting thirst traps, I would have to bear in mind a man's preference with every decision I make. Clothes, makeup, body, BBLs, all of this stuff. I would have to think, what do men like? And I'd have to cater to that. So this freedom, this illusion of freedom, is actually just making you far more oppressed to male dominance, and you become a product of male preferences, and it's more embarrassing than anything. It's the opposite of liberating. And what I always say to people who kind of suggest that the East is...
But
Yeah. So
what are your thoughts on that?
I 100% agree. Just for a disclaimer, she does go into that the East does kind of, I think, not that they suppress women. She says that they kind of give them a little bit more, like, I don't know, they encourage them to be in the home. So there are some things at the end that I don't necessarily agree with. But that particular portion, when she is talking about you've been indoctrinated to think that you being in OnlyFans, being in porn, being, an influencer and selling your body is actual freedom, 100% agree. That is so absolutely true.
I agree too.
You think that you are being so free, but you are, like how she just said, you are commodity to men, because your consumers are men. So all you think of is from the perspective of, is this what a man wants to see? Is this what a man wants? Is this going to get me more views from men? Is this going to get me male attention? That's all you do. But yet you're walking around being like, I'm taking these men's money. It's like, okay, sure, you're taking their money, but what are you giving up?
Yeah.
You're a slave to them. Because if they don't like what they see, like that, you're done.
Yeah.
You are fucking done. And where's your money now? Nowhere to be found. And then what do you have? What are your skills? What are you going to put on the resume?
No.
I was on OnlyFans. I had this many. How's that going to translate in an interview? Right?
No, but it's true. I mean, I couldn't have said it better than you said it. And she said it great too. Like, it's actually, you're oppressing yourself. It's not liberating.
It's not.
Quite the opposite.
Yes.
Because you're a product of what they desire.
Yes.
Which I think goes back to everything. Not being entered in the club. Well, you're not skinny enough.
You're not one our male clients want to see. They're not going to come here and spend money because the women that they want are not here.
Yes.
Therefore, get away, fatso. Move to the side so the skinny girls can come in. You're blocking the door.
No, but literally.
Yeah. It's I love that she says you've been indoctrinated.
Yeah.
And I think that's very true of the West, because she's talking about the West versus East. and the ideals or whatever, and the societal standards. And it's true. We as women, I truly do agree with that. In the West, we have been indoctrinated that this sexual freedom, or, the freedom to express ourselves how we want, there is some liberation in it to an extent, where I think you have more of an open conversation surrounding sex and, birth
totally
control
get
and
that.
things like that.
Yeah.
I understand that. But to sit there and be like, if you want to be an OnlyFans and make that money, you do it. That is, yes, girl, you
Woman,
did.
yeah,
it's like,
not woman. It's actually not woman. She
It's
put
not.
it into a perspective that I really never thought about before. Mm-hmm. And I think she's probably getting backlash.
oh, 100%.
We may get backlash.
We may get backlash, but I don't really care. 'Cause I agree with it.
I agree with it too. That I think it's quite the opposite. When the way she lays it out, and like, it's very thought provoking.
It is. It is.
Like, no, you're actually absolutely right.
Right.
It's quite the opposite, and we've been trained to think the opposite, that it actually is freedom.
Yeah, we think that, like, oh no, me showing my body, me, just putting that out there, that's me being liberated because that's my choice.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's liberation in the sense that now you have a choice whether, like, you want to, but it really isn't the freedom that you think. Because it's almost like a backhanded freedom,
yeah.
It's, you think that you are, and then you're actually being ushered right back in, right back into the stall,
Yeah.
right? And you think like, oh, I've made this choice, and they're like, sure you have. Let's go this one. You're like, okay, yeah. You think that just because you get the decision to show your tits, online or whatever, like that's not empowerment. That really is not.
But I think that ties into everything, right? The way we post on social media.
Yes.
The way influencers post.
Yes.
The way bikini pics, all of these things.
Yes.
It is all for men's attention, men's desires, what we think they want to see.
Yes. What do men want to see?
And I see what she's saying is that she feels liberated because she is being fully clothed. She doesn't feel the need to do that. And that is way more liberating.
It is that her worth, right, and her skills
doesn't depend on that.
depend on a man. That it doesn't. And I mean, I think we feel the same way. What we do, it's not dependent on a man. It's not dependent on what a man wants. A man is not my consumer. And we don't have to worry about that. And that is liberation. That's true women's lib. I know we're kind of somewhat getting out to, but that's true women's liberation, is you have the choice to go out there and you are not just there for your body. Like how back in maybe, the early 1900s or, spanning all the way maybe to the 50s, that all you were meant to do was just stand there, look pretty and, bear children type of thing. You now have the choice to go and pursue your own business, to be a real estate agent, to be in management, people leadership, whatever you want to do, be a CEO. In our company, our chief economist is a woman. Like you have the ability to do that. You are not solely meant to be a commodity for men. And when you do that, when you post yourself like that, when you do the thirst traps, that's all you're doing. Yeah. You are putting yourself right back to the 1900s that you don't
No,
even have the vote, you know?
It's true.
So,
it's really perspective. Like it's
It
putting
is.
things into a big perspective.
Yeah.
And
because again, you're more than that. You're more than your body. You have a mind, you have a soul, like you were created for more. And if that's what you choose to do, go ahead. I'm not going to sit there and judge you for it. I'm not going to, but I would hope that you would think twice, right, about it. And you would think twice about, really thinking about it in the terms of like, oh, I'm so free. It's like, are you? Like, you think you are, but you really aren't. And I love her perspective, because I've always had that perspective too of just like sex workers. And I've had this discussion with some people of like, oh, you don't agree that like sex work is work? And I'm just like, no, I don't believe that it is. And the main reason is, and I'm not saying that then like, oh, there should be, protection for them or whatever. I mean, that's a whole different topic. Yeah. But my whole thing is you are just telling a woman that's all she's worth. That's it. That's all. You're telling that stripper that's all you're worth. You're just worth you're naked. That's it. Because that's what a man wants. That's what your consumer wants. That's, and that sucks.
That does.
That's awful. That's awful to tell anybody, man or woman, right? Doesn't matter. But really awful to tell a woman like, oh yeah, like your work is important. Like, no, it's not. It's not important. I'm not saying you're not important, but that work is not important
I get what you're saying,
because you have more worth. There is something more that you could contribute from your mind, from your brain. You have an intelligence that you have to offer. That's true freedom. That's liberation for women, is you can be more than your body. So
Jackie for 2024.
Get out and vote.
Get out and vote.
But oh yeah, I mean, from a very young age, it's always been indoctrinated, right? This is what boys like. This is how you're going to look pretty. Don't you want to look pretty? I heard a long time ago that I might have mentioned it before, but that you should stop. You should actually stop complimenting little girls on things that they're wearing or their looks when you see them, and you should compliment them or ask them questions about themselves, or things that you wouldn't think of. So like if they're wearing glasses, you should say like, wow, those are really cool glasses. Like, I really like the color or, whatever.
Like not physical attributes.
Not physical attributes, not what they're wearing. Because if you think about it, you don't do that with little boys.
Yeah.
When do you go to a little boy and you're
cool
just like,
style.
Yeah, like, oh my God, look at your shirt. That's so cool. But like, if I do compliment, I go, oh, cool. What's that on your shirt? Is that a dinosaur? My friend has 3 boys and I'm always like, oh, what is it? What sound does a dinosaur make? And, they're adorable about it or whatever. But I found myself doing that, right, with little girls. I'm just like, oh, look at your dress. You look so pretty.
Yeah.
That's what you always say to a little girl. You look so pretty. I like your hair. It looks so pretty on you.
Yeah.
It's
at
insane.
a young age, we're programmed that looks is what.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, we mean it genuinely. We're not trying to indoctrinate these little girls. But that's how deep it goes. And so, yeah, she said, like, you should challenge yourself if they're maybe holding a book, like, oh, what book is that? Do you like to read?
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Or how old are you? Just trying to find something else besides their looks. And I'm telling you, it's a challenge. It is a challenge. I try to do it with my niece.
You're like,
I'm just like,
we have nothing to talk. I gotta go.
I'm like, well, what's cool? Like, what's new? It's hard. It's very, very difficult, even with your friends. It's interesting, the term indoctrination. I know that sounds very harsh, but I think it's a very, very true and accurate statement.
I think so.
I think it's very accurate. But anyway, I know we went a lot of different ways today.
A lot of different ways around the same thing. Around the same topic. Just
a conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I'd love for comments.
Yeah.
What everyone thought about that video. I'm sure we'll get the comments.
Favorable? Probably not.
Probably not.
From male?
That's fine.
Most likely. But no, a lot of food for thought.
A lot of food for thought. Think about it. No, I'd love to hear thoughts, comments. What your thought, what everyone thought about the video. We always love to hear different perspectives. We're open to it. We can disagree. That's fine.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree. everyone has an opinion. That's what makes
You
the world
should.
go round. But comment, let us know. But as always, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you all, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.